There is a common term for games that have been stuck in the oven for years and years. Now, for the sake of YouTube ad-friendly, we're going to call it development prison. But you already know what the term is. And how many games can you name that are in development prison as we speak right now? Welcome to ChaosGaming, everybody. Today, we're going to be looking at games that were announced years ago, but they're still in development for whatever reason. Drop a like, make sure you're following the page with those notifications on. Tell me one game that you were so hyped for, and then it just got stuck. Let's start off with Skulls and Bones. Raise your hand if you remember this. It was a new pirate adventure game from Ubisoft. It's been delayed countless times. It was announced back in 2017, and we've seen a decent amount of screenshots, even a little bit of gameplay. But as for a release date, nothing. Now, originally the game was going to drop in late 2018, but it was delayed to 2019, then 2020, then 2021. As of the recording of this video, Skulls and Bones doesn't even have a release date anymore. Now, Ubisoft revealed in investors' call they are shooting for fiscal year 2022 for the game, but nothing has been officially revealed or set in stone. It also doesn't help that in late 2020, Ubisoft revealed that they had found a new vision for Skulls and Bones, which is corporate talk for we need a lot more time to finish this out. Now, it looked cool, and it's surely going to appeal to fans of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but as of right now, it's stuck on this list. I don't think we're going to get our hands on it anytime soon. Next up, Beyond Good and Evil 2. And a big thank you to everybody who's subscribed with your notifications on and you never miss an upload. I see you guys. We're growing this channel. I truly, truly appreciate it. Beyond Good and Evil was an action-adventure game. Almost 18 years ago, it garnered a massive cult following throughout the next decade or so. In fact, many consider it to be one of the best games ever made. Now, when the sequel was announced back in 2008, fans were ecstatic. But then 13 years followed, and we haven't heard anything about it. We know it's a prequel. We know it's being published by Ubisoft, and that's it. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is basically famous for its uncertainty. A lot of people are suspicious that it's ever coming. Countless screenshots and teasers have either been officially released by Ubisoft themselves or leaked by disgruntled employees, many of whom have reportedly left the project due to the lack of focus and leadership, which that's concerning. Now, Ubisoft gave us an official trailer in 2017, but has since been pretty silent on the project. And as of the recording of this video, they haven't even announced what platforms it's coming on. The game has been in the works for almost 15 years. With the lack of news, I'm gonna say it's probably not ever coming. At number 8 today is Bayonetta 3. The first Bayonetta was released 12 years ago by Platinum Games, and it didn't have tremendous success at first, but it grew a cult following. In 2014, we got Bayonetta 2, which improved upon the first game's formula and brought a lot of new fans to the series. Back at the 2017 Game Awards, it was announced that Bayonetta 3 was indeed in development and it would be coming soon. And that was the last we ever heard of it. The development is one of the biggest mysteries in gaming right now. Nintendo now publishes the Bayonetta series, and they obviously have a pretty high standard when it comes to games they release, but it's been almost 4 years since it was announced, and we haven't even got a screenshot. Earlier this year, the game's director said it was safe to assume that we'd get news in 2021, but he didn't give any specifics, nor did he give a release window. Now, it's super not normal for a game to be announced and then just disappear for 4 years, so fans are understandably concerned. Hopefully, Bayonetta 3 ends up releasing and being amazing, because it's not fair to the fans. You can't just dangle the carrot and then take it away. At number 7, 6 Days in Fallujah. This is a game I never thought I would talk about again. For those who didn't know, it was announced back in 2009. It was supposed to be an incredibly realistic and detailed tactical shooter based on a 6-day battle that happened in 2004 in the Iraq War. The developers, they described it as a survival horror because of how high the stakes were and how much they were not pulling their punches when it came to showing the horrors of war. Now, due to extreme backlash and excessive controversy, the project lost its publisher, and in 2010, it was reportedly canceled altogether. However, let's fast forward to this year. All of a sudden, we have news. 6 Days in Fallujah is back with a new developer and a new publisher, and expected to drop later this year. Now, the exact details of what happened for the last decade are scarce, and it's incredibly unclear how we got from point A to point B. I mean, back in 2010, one of the developers stated in an interview the game was completely done and they just needed a publisher, but then everything went radio silent, and now it's back with a new publisher. So if you ask me, we're going to get some actual answers to these questions in the coming months for this game. I mean, it deserves the label of development prison, but it may be coming sooner than you think. And now, Halo Infinite. Everybody knows it's had a lot of trouble the last few years, and I'm worried. Meant to be the conclusion to 343's trilogy of games, Halo Infinite was announced in 2018 after a few years of development. According to insider reports, development on Infinite started as early as 2015, meaning it's been in the works for 6 years. Now, originally, the game was going to launch alongside the Xbox Series X, but you guys know, disappointing gameplay reveal, countless technical issues behind the scenes, Microsoft elected to delay the game a full year to polish it. Now, it still doesn't have a solid release date, but it's expected to drop by the end of 2021. Now, call me a cynic, but I wouldn't be shocked if it gets delayed again. I mean, this thing was supposed to come out last year, right? Things aren't good right now. Now, if games get randomly delayed for an entire year, you need to worry. At number 5, Dead Island 2. I mean, I'm confused. The first Dead Island was a pretty mediocre zombie survival game, right? The first game had a couple spin-offs, and then an official sequel called Dead Island 2 was announced in 2014 and set for Q2 2015. Obviously, this did not happen. Originally, the game was developed by Jaeger Productions, the people who made Spec Ops: The Line, but in July of 2015, it was reported they had been fired from the project and the game was now being developed by Sumo Digital. However, a few years after that announcement, it was revealed that Sumo Digital was fired and Dead Island 2 is now being worked on by Dambuster Studios. I'm not joking. Things get even messier last year. A fully playable version of the original Jaeger Studios version was leaked. Probably out of spite. I don't know. But as it stands right now, Dead Island 2 still does not have a release date. For all we know, Dambuster Studios may not even be working on it. I mean, it's been passed from studio to studio to studio for 7 years. Who's to say it hasn't happened again? Honestly, it's a mess. At number 4, Metroid Prime 4. Now, if you're a fan of Mario or Pokemon, you probably really like Nintendo. But if you're a fan of their other properties, you're probably not happy. Metroid Prime is one of the best reviewed franchises in the Nintendo library, but fans have been waiting since 2007 for another entry. Metroid Prime 4 was announced all the way back in 2017, but has been reportedly riddled with issues. Now, originally, the game was being developed by Bandai Namco, but in 2019, everything was scrapped and development completely restarted under a new team called Retro Studios. So apparently, Bandai's work was not meeting Nintendo's expectations. Now, I want a good product, but Metroid fans are starving for news. Come on. You can't take one of the most popular IPs and just let it sit there for a decade. Let's get it out. At number 3, Agent. Now, this one might be cheating, but I'm putting it on here because technically Rockstar never canceled it. For those who forgot, Agent was a stealth game in development at Rockstar Games. It was announced 14 years ago, and it would have you playing as a secret agent during the Cold War, carrying out various missions in the late 70s. Now, hype was through the roof, as with any Rockstar game, right? They blew people away with games like Bully, Max Payne 2, and pretty much every GTA offering we've ever had. Agent was released, or supposed to be released, in 2010, but then nothing. Nothing. Every new release date was silently missed. They never officially canceled the project, and every few years we get a few leaks, but other than that, nothing. They don't say a word about it. I have no idea what's happening here. At number 2, Star Citizen. Of all the games on the list, this is the most bizarre. It was announced in 2012. It had a Kickstarter campaign. It brought in $2 million. However, development on the game started 2 years prior to that, so it's been in the works for 11 years? Now, it's an extremely detailed and gigantic space combat simulator, but over the years, people have become frustrated with the developers. After all, people sunk $2 million of our money into it, and we got nothing. Nothing, right? And I think as of the record of this video, it's had $300 million raised. The game doesn't have a release date. There's bits and pieces of gameplay. It looks amazing, but we don't know. We have no idea. I can't imagine that it's going to get very good reviews because people are sick of how long it's taking, and they're probably going to move on. And at number 1, no shocker here, Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Are you kidding me? Come on. One of the most beloved franchises of all time, and part of the reason people still talk about it was the ending. Come on. Seriously. Valve. I'm not even going to go into detail. Episodes 1 and 2 were amazing, and then we got this insane cliffhanger. And here we are almost 14 years after Episode 2, waiting for our conclusion. Now, throughout the years, Valve drip-fed screenshots and concept art, but they never gave a release date or never confirmed anything. They're just literally hanging that golden carrot out there, and we never know. We will never know. I think it's wrong. I think they should be forced to give us closure one way or another. There you have it, my friends. Those are games that are stuck in development prison. Let me know which one you really want to happen, and I'll see you soon.